Hello, welcome to Vintage Cookbooks and Crafts. Today I am going to be making chili out of this Calico Cactus Cookbook from the Scottsdale Girls Club Auxiliary. It's from 1980. Copyright 1979. This is the third printing, 1980. There's some very good recipes in this cookbook. I'm going to be making chili out of this. And to go with the chili, I'm going to try making cornbread waffles to put the chili on top of. Wish me luck, because I've never made it before. And the recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of coarse ground round. So the coarse ground would be the plate with the larger holes. So I'll put this one aside. Now I leave the mixing bowl underneath for safety reasons, because the beater bar does not disengage when you turn this on, even though you're using a different attachment. So you don't accidentally get your sleeve or something pulled into there. I leave the bowl underneath, and that was an excellent suggestion that I got from another YouTuber who is now passed on, unfortunately, but his name was Shotgun Red, and he gave this wonderful suggestion to keep your bowl under there even though you're using a different attachment. I cut my meat in strips so that would fit down into the shaft of the meat grinder. These are just little strips that will fit into the shaft very nicely. And you can see how nice and coarse ground it is. And I saved money by not buying an individual round steak for this. I bought a whole roast when it was on sale for like a couple pounds cheaper per pound than if I would bought individual steaks. So I bought it and I cut it up in sections and waited for future recipes. Like this, I weighed up as of 1.5 pounds. So now I know I had 1.5 pounds to grind without having to weigh it again. It didn't specify how much oil, so I'm just going to add a little, maybe about a tablespoon or so. While that's heating up, I'll tell you that the can of tomatoes I bought was whole, and it says to chop them, so I just used this to chop them up. I took them out of the can with a fork and then chopped them in this bowl. So I still have the juice in the can that I'll pour in also. Okay, in goes my onion, and my pepper, garlic, and my apples. I never had apple in chili before. I've never tried this recipe, so it'll be interesting. Just to saute for 5 minutes. Onion and garlic smell good. When I couldn't find a Pippin apple, I looked online to see what I could substitute, and they said Granny Smith, and they named a couple others, and this Pink Lady. And this is the apple that I chose, a Pink Lady. It seemed to look more like the picture of the Pippin than Granny Smith would have. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so now we add our meat, our coarse ground. By grinding the meat myself, it is very lean. There's no fat in it at all. So it says after the meat is browned, you add remaining ingredients and simmer covered 1.5 to 2 hours. So the remaining ingredients are the tomatoes that have been chopped, and here's the rest of the juice from the tomatoes. And it's at 1/2 cup of water. In here is the tablespoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 2.5 teaspoons of salt, and then I'll add the beans. Okay, and now the beans. When looking for the pinto beans in chili sauce, I could not find that alone, the pinto beans alone as chili beans. I did find the plain canned pinto beans, however. I suppose I could have tried that, but I didn't know if they wanted the special seasonings that are in our chili bean. So I bought this that has the pintos in it. Most of the chili beans that were just one kind of bean in the chili sauce were red beans, not pinto. Okay, we got everything in there. Double checking, yep, everything's in there. Now I'm going to cover this and simmer. It says 1.5 to 2 hours. And I'll come back and stir it occasionally. Turn it down to simmer. And I'll see you then. Well, the chili is just about done. So I'm going to try making the cornbread waffles. I called the Jiffy Mix company and asked them should I add more milk to it, because for the cornbread it has 1 box of Jiffy Mix, 1 egg, and 1/3 cup of milk. And she said they say to use about 1/2 cup of water instead of the milk. So that's what we'll try. I'm going to beat up the egg first. It says stir ingredients together, batter will be lumpy. Some of these lumps are really big though. Make them a little bit smaller. She did say that the instructions that she had access to at the company used a regular waffle iron and not the Belgian waffle. And I only have the Belgian waffle, so we'll try it and see what happens. The cord on my waffle iron wouldn't reach my plug down here, so I have to do it on the counter in the kitchen. She did say that using a Belgian waffle would use more batter, so it would probably only make 2, and she was absolutely right. Should be done when it stops steaming so much. This was the first one I filled, so keep an eye on that one. Since it's ready, let's see. Oh yeah, looks good. Oops, it's coming out in pieces though. Wow, that looks good. It'll be interesting to see what it tastes like. That one I'm going to go just a little bit longer because that one didn't go in right away. Yeah, if you take it out with a spatula instead of a fork, it works out fine. And here we have our Calico Cactus Cookbook from the Scottsdale Girls Club Auxiliary, chili, and the cornbread waffles with chili on it. You could serve it plain with butter or whatever, like your regular cornbread, with your chili in the bowl, or you can serve it with the chili on top of the cornbread. think I'm going to try this chili and see how it tastes with the apple in there. I never had chili with apple in it before. It's good. It's very good. And let me try one of the, let me try a little bit of the cornbread waffle with the chili on it. That's very good too. I hope you enjoyed this video and you will like and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.